What's going on, Scorpio? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the month of August 2024. So in this reading, Scorpio, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for the month. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming. We're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you, and so much more regarding the month of August 2024, Scorpio. So before we get into this reading, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance, Scorpio, for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading does resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here, Scorpio. So without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy for you, and we'll see what is coming your way for the month of August 2024, Scorpio. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this active divination for the sign of Scorpio. All right. Interesting energy that you got going on here, Scorpio. The first thing coming through is that, there's something about someone's actually kind of waiting on communication from you. For many of you, this is going to be someone that you have a history with. Like, there's someone who is waiting on communication. Vice versa, for many of you, you may experience the sensation of waiting on communication from someone where you may have like a little bit of an ugly history with them. This can be someone not necessarily from your past. It could be someone that you've recently taken a break with. I feel that you have a lot of potential with, and there's something here about waiting on an offer as well. This could be for your career, and it could be for your work as well. And there's a lot, Spirit's definitely advising you here to focus on healing at this time and not to push things away out of fear. There's something here about there's a lot of potential between you and someone around you, or there's a lot of potential for a new addition to your career. For some of you, there's going to be a completely new career opening up for you that there's so much potential with, but there's a lot of fear in the air that might get in the way of it, is what I'm getting. So we're going to get into all this, but before we get into the tarot, let's go ahead and start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards. And these oracle cards contain the energy that Spirit wants you to embody more of, the energy that Spirit wants you to be in for your own highest good in the month of August. And the first one is actually alignment. It says alignment. So getting yourself in alignment. You think of like going to the chiropractor where something might be out of balance, and like getting in alignment. It's more so a spiritual alignment here, and becoming a vibrational match for whatever it is that you want to bring into your life. Preparing yourself and your environment as if what you are manifesting is an actuality, and you're just basically waiting for it to happen. Not that you're wanting it to happen, because when you want something and you desire something, you actually push it away from yourself. When you know something is going to happen that is meant for you, you're waiting in expectation in a good way. But the main thing coming through here, Scorpio, is definitely, are you making decisions out of fear or out of love? That seems to be a very big key for you, that Spirit. One of the main messages that you're getting here, Scorpio, for the month of August is that if you make decisions out of fear, and it may practically make sense to your mind to make a decision out of fear. Okay, I really love this person, but the fear is telling me that if I involve myself with them, I'm going to get in trouble, so let's push them away. Or, there's something about fear when it comes to your career as well. Like, I really think that I can do this and expand my career or do something new or add on to what I already have going on, but you know what if it doesn't work out? I'm just gonna choose something out of fear, out of practicality. But on a vibrational level, especially for this month, this is not always the case, but mainly it is. But this month for you, Scorpio, it's saying that if you, like, let's say that you have aspirations in your career and you make a decision out of fear, you're actually just inviting more fear to you. So, like, let's say, for example, you're like, I really want to pursue my passion for my career, but you know what? I'm just going to take a job that just gets me by because it's the safe thing to do. Well, you might actually be inviting more fearful situations into your life, especially with people as well. Scorpio, like, the universe really is wants you to look at your own resistance to people that you fear. And why do you fear these situations? Why do you fear taking a risk in relationships? Why do you fear taking a risk in your career? And the universe wants you to address a very big paradox, is what I'm getting. Spirit's telling me that there's a paradox that would be wise for you to address, that when you make decisions out of fear, I'm going to push this person away that Spirit's telling me to contact. Something about waiting on communication for them. I'm not going to wait anymore. Or, someone's waiting on communication from you because they can tell that you're thinking about them, but you know what? I'm just not going to contact them. Sometimes the safest path is the path that gets you in trouble. And sometimes the path that seems the riskiest is actually the path that gets you somewhere new, and so you got to risk it for the biscuit. Like a mantra, it sounds stupid, it sounds silly to some of you, is you got to risk it for the biscuit. If you want a new result in your life, you're going to have to do something new, and you're going to have to take a risk, because guess what? If you take a risk and it doesn't work out, you learn something about yourself. You learn something about your limits. And if you take a risk to contact someone, or to allow someone to contact you that you've been pushing away out of fear, then you don't really learn anything if you stay the same. And so the universe, when it comes to alignment, the first thing here is it's a question. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to tell you, the universe wants you to ask yourself the question before you do anything this month: am I making this decision out of fear or out of love? I'm going to make this decision because I love myself. I'm going to allow myself to upgrade my relationships. I'm going to allow this person to come in. I'm going to allow myself to go for my passion because I love myself. Can only lead to more love. Even if it's a rocky road, it will get you more in the end. Versus I'm going to make this decision out of fear. Sometimes you actually attract more fear to yourself. Because when you make a decision out of fear, I'm going to push this away, what you resist persists. I don't want that. I'm going to go away from it. It will follow you. It's like the visual I'm getting now is like the bull. The storm is coming. Run right into it. Face it head on. Face your fear, because it can dissolve very quickly. There's something here about, there's a lot of potential for a situation that you've been putting off. There's something about a career change that you've been putting off. Maybe you don't feel worthy of it. There's something about a person that's been on your mind that you've been putting off. Maybe you don't feel worthy of them. Maybe they don't feel worthy of you. There's something about this that, instead of making these decisions out of fear, make it out of love. Take a risk to be in love, even if it seems scary. That's really what I get. Now, and that alignment. Now, you have also the ether. The next energy that you need more of is the ether, the seamless, unspeakable. Okay, and this is really about the void, stillness, 0 point energy, like surrendering. And it invites you to really invite silence into your life. But what I'm getting is particularly when it comes to your desires, when it comes to a specific person, because I get in August 2024, there's something about a specific person being on your mind that you're waiting on communication from them, or vice versa. There's someone who has you on their mind and they're waiting on communication from you. And there's something here about when it comes to alignment here, kind of preparing yourself for this manifestation, but then going into the void instead of being in desire and wanting. So one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of people make when it comes to the law of attraction is that they create the template in their mind. I want to attract this type of person. I want to attract this specific person. I want to attract this, whatever it is that you want to attract. You create you act like it's here. You feel like it's happening now. you change your environment, you prepare yourself, you become a vibrational match to it. But then what happens is people, they start taking inventory too soon, and the step that they miss is the void. So what I want you to do is to create a template in your mind of what it is that you want. Prepare yourself, prepare your mind, soul, body, and then let it go. Then enter to the void. It seems paradoxical because it's like, it would do you better to, let's say that you want to manifest more money, for example. Do a visualization with the money. Take the actions to get the money. But then instead of being it better come, I really hope it comes, it's not coming yet, oh my gosh, I must be doing something wrong. No, like, do the work vibrationally and then enter into stillness, nothingness. Because that allows it to come to you. There's something about you have to avoid the wanting, the lacking frequency. Now, this can also be something that you're helping someone with around you. And perhaps part of what's going to help all this come together, because there's something about something coming together in your life in August 2024, is the void. Do the vibrational work. Prepare yourself. But then let it go. Because when you let it go, that's when it comes to you. When you don't chase it, it comes to you. You know what I mean? So you have the ether here, the void, stillness, a place of surrender, entering into it's like the blackness of the universe, something that's too elusive and mysterious to define. So what I'm getting is, define what you want in your consciousness. Feel as if it's already happening now, but instead of it shifting into desire and waiting and looking for it, let it go. Then it will come to you on its own accord. Then this person is going to reach out to you. Then you're going to have the wherewithal, the perspicuity, and the proper frequency to actually reach out to this person in a non-needy state. I'm telling you, whatever this is about, this is what I'm getting. Now you also have the violet flame. The violet flame. So this is about clearing your aura and really, cleansing yourself out, making sure that you purify yourself and prepare for this. There's definitely something about preparing for communication, preparing for an upgrade, because if you don't prepare for it, it's going to be harder for it to actually come to you. So there's it's almost like you're playing a little bit of a dance with the universe in the month of August, is what I get, Scorpio, where it's like you're preparing for something, you're putting in the work for something, but instead of putting in the work and then getting into wanting, I really want this, I really hope it comes, put in the work and then let it go completely, and then it will manifest. Because this is going to be about a multitude of different things for different Scorpios. But the violet flame as well, I would advise you can even do a visualization of a violet flame surrounding your body, cleansing away anything that no longer belongs to you. Okay, so this month, because there's something really strongly about a lot of potential that you have. There's so much potential that you have to upgrade your life. There's a potential for you to get communication from someone, or for you to actually communicate with someone that you really want to. But if it's in the lack, if it's in the fear, if you're making decisions from fear, it won't work out for you well. You have to make a decision out of free will, out of choice. I choose this outcome with my free will. I put in the work and then I completely let it go and I give it up to the universe, because a lot of manifestation is about you allowing the universe to do the work for you, instead of thinking that you have to control everything. Not even a leaf falls from a tree without the universe's permission. And there's something here about, healing a relationship with someone. A lot of you may have a lot of people that you're convinced that are your enemy that are actually not your enemy. And vice versa. I get that there's someone that you're not, someone from your past that you have unfinished business with. You have a high probability of creating a new beginning with them, even if for some of you that new beginning is creating peace. There's something happening here, Scorpio, where you're going to be moving through delusional beef with someone. Let me repeat that. Their spirit is advising you to heal delusional beef that you have with someone. It's almost like you're waiting for someone to attack you, for some of you. For others of you, it's almost like you're waiting for the right time to attack someone. Or for some of you, it's like you're just waiting for communication. They're waiting for communication with you. But what I'm getting is that both of you, and for a lot of you, Scorpio, there's going to be about multiple people in your life. This is not about one person. But if you're single, there's definitely something about an unfinished love business. But for a lot of the Scorpios out there, this is going to have to do with a friend from your past. This is going to be, there's some sort of delusional beef that Spirit's advising you to dissolve. And Spirit's advising you to say, make decisions out of love instead of fear. Because if you make decisions out of fear, if you label someone as your enemy, that's what they will become. If you label someone as someone who you've had troubles with, but deep down you know you love each other deep down, whether it's romantic love, whatever type of love, that's what's going to happen too. So the number one thing from this reading, Scorpio, is almost like dissolving paranoia. There's something here about dissolving paranoia, feeling like someone wants something bad to happen to you even though they don't, even though you may be creating that out of your fear. So you may be saying, for many of you, oh, I'm not going to contact this person because I know that if I do, they'll be nice, but then they're going to stab me in the back because they want to get me back. But that's what you're creating with your fear. Now, this can also be for cross-watchers to understand a Scorpio, if that's the case here. Now, before we get into the tarot, I have a big announcement that I have now opened up my school called the Mystic Mastermind. It's a place, Scorpio, for mystics to learn and grow together. And the main feature is that we're going to be doing live Q&A workshops every single Friday with yours truly, where we're going to be in the group with the Mastermind, and you can ask me any question that you want in front of people. We're going to be using astrology, and it's a place for you to learn astrology fundamentals from me. And if you join, you'll also get free access to my Law of Attraction content. You'll get exclusive behind-the-scenes content from me, and it's a place for you to connect with like minds and also connect with me. And the main feature, like I said, is live Q&As every single Friday for 2 hours plus with yours truly, me. And it's a great place to really upgrade yourself in every single way, to learn about your astrology, to connect with other like minds, and to connect with me. So if you're interested in that, click the link in the description box below for more information. I hope to see you on the inside. So with that being said, now let's go ahead and get into this reading for you, Scorpio. Your opportunity is the Magician. And the Magician is saying that you have all potentials on the table. And that's what I'm saying when it comes to your life here. It's like, are you making a decision out of fear, or are you making a decision out of love and out of the highest possible timeline? Because in this reality that we exist in, all possible scripts are actually happening. There is an infinite number of parallel realities that exist simultaneously. So make sure that you're using your energy to manifest a higher timeline that is love, a higher timeline where we can all learn and grow from each other. Doesn't mean that we're not going to trigger each other, but there's something here about you have so much potential with someone. I'm getting that you have a lot of potential to put something right with someone from your past. For some of you, this is going to be even so deep that you're not even going to be in contact with them. But it's going to be that you're going to heal it on a vibrational level. For many of you, this can be about forgiveness, okay? Forgiving someone from your past, or forgiving yourself for how you treated someone from your past as well. For many of you, I feel that you treated someone from your past not the best. This can also be vice versa, and you're convinced that they're out to get you. But I really feel that if that's what you believe, according to your faith be it unto you. If you believe that you can both learn something from how both of you treated each other, there's almost like a joint betrayal, like you and this person from your past, you and this person that you're in contact with now. It's like there's this mirror aspect going on. But the Magician here in your opportunity is saying that all possible outcomes are available to you. It's like a TV channel. You can tune to channel 1. You can tune to channel 99 this month. Which one are you going to tune to? Because trust me, you have the free will to tune to whatever one that you want. I'm telling you. So this is also about visualization, Scorpio. This is also about really selecting the reality out of love, knowing that you have free will. You can choose anything that you want in this reality. And this month, I'm asking you to choose an outcome, not to fight for an outcome. not to beg for an outcome, not to desire an outcome, just to choose it. As if you're going to the store, the same way that you do law of attraction work, it should be the same frequency that has no resistance involved. It's like going to get a newspaper at the store down the street. You know the store already exists. You know the newspaper exists. So you calmly walk to the store and you make your choice and it's available to you. But if you fight with it, it will be more difficult. So there's definitely something that you're in the middle of manifesting. A lot of you are going to have a lot of abundance. A lot of you are going to be unsure of whether or not abundance will be available to you, especially in the beginning to the middle of the month. There's all these question marks, but by the end of the month, something is really going to be healed. Now, I don't want to scare you here, Scorpio, but there's something in this month about the middle to the beginning of August 2024 for many of you Scorpios is going to be about like fighting your demons with someone. This could be having beef with someone from your past, beef with, not even beef, but an uncertain situation between you and someone right now. For many of you, this uncertain situation could be whether or not this manifestation that you desire is actually going to come to fruition. This manifestation that you're selecting, whether or not it's going to happen. And by the end of the month, I'm telling you, you have unexpected blessings coming to you by the end of the month. But it depends on your frequency that you're in. How much are you going to get from it? You're here to take the cake, whether it's a lot or a little. Okay, so the Magician is your opportunity. Now, your challenge is the Seven of Wands, which is about defensive energy. And I'm getting here that your challenge is that you may be, I read intuitively, I feel, Scorpio, that your challenge is to understand that people can feel how you feel about them. People can feel the thoughts that you send them. And for some of you, you may be in such resistance to someone that you're having issues with right now, presently in your life, that you're making them defensive. Some of you, your challenge is that you're overly defensive towards someone because you're already selecting a parallel reality outcome in your mind. Like, this person's going to want to get me back. This person's going to want to hurt me. This person will not forgive me. I won't forgive them. I'm telling you, Scorpio, and your challenge this month, there's something about unnecessary defensive energy, and your opportunity is to realize, do you want to choose that or no? Now, sometimes you do have to defend your potential. Sometimes, for some of you in August 2024, this is going to be about defending your dreams from people who you know are not going to believe in them. But I'm telling you, there's something here about a situation that you have unfinished business with. A lot of you, this unfinished business is going to be with a fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, man. For many of you, that's what this is going to be. But this person wants a new beginning with you, even if it's just to squash the beef. This month is going to be about squashing beef for you. This month is also going to show you your own power, that when you change your thoughts, you change your world. We are all much more connected on a spiritual level than we even realize. And if you choose to have a beef, you're going to get more beef. If you choose to have peace, you're going to get more peace. Even it goes back to what I said in the beginning of this reading. Are you choosing something out of love or fear? Because if you choose to have beef and defensiveness out of fear, you're actually creating it. If you choose to have love and unity and forgiveness and compassion and you know, me and this person I had beef with, we were just here to learn something from each other at the end of the day, at the ultimate level. You know, like, there's something here about we are all just walking each other home. And if you choose the reality that we're all just walking each other home, then this is what's going to happen. We're all going to be in unity. Now, for many of you as well, when it comes to the Seven of Wands in your challenge, is that there's something here about you being defensive about certain manifestation work that you're doing, or like thinking that you need to fight for what you want. There's a couple different archetypes that we have in reality. You can have the fighter. I have to fight for everything I got under the sun. Nothing comes easy. You know what this reading is about, Scorpio, for many of you, is that many of you pride yourself on fighting for, you know, I've fought for everything that I have. But based on your free, and I'm not taking that away from you. But what I'm saying is that many of you, what you have to realize in August 2024 is that any sort of frequency that you're in, you're going to create more of. It sounds banal, but it's not. If you think that I have to fight for everything that the universe gives me, you're going to create that. But what I'm saying in this reading, Scorpio, is that this whole month is meant to be easier than you're initially going to make it. This whole month, when it comes to squashing beef with someone, when it comes to actually getting back with someone, when it comes to healing, it's all easier than you're going to make it out to be if you allow it to be. Now, how that's going to be easier is up to you. I'm not, I am the magic man. They call me Diablo, pulling your bum, and then she want holla, holla from my dollar. My dollar. She don't want no dollar. Oh, no. You little flame. I can't please them all. Wow. Alright. What I'm saying, Scorpio, is that you can either choose... Alright. I think I've given you this analogy before, but let me give it to you one more time. You were in a plane crash. Everyone, God forbid, this is an imaginary fantasy, okay? But this is very potent to what you got going on this month. You are in a plane crash, okay? You're the only survivor, but luckily you have a little boat. You are floating on the boat and you're floating to an island. On this island, as the boat is approaching the island, there is a tribe of savage natives waiting for you, like screaming at you. You have 3 options in this situation. You can either try to fight them, and as you're approaching the island, you can be trying to intimidate them, in which case they're going to fight you and you're going to die because you're outnumbered. The second option is you can be a beggar. You can say, you can go into a victim and be like, please don't hurt me. Oh, please don't hurt me. In which case they're going to view you as food and unworthy, and they're going to eat you. The third option is the free will option. It's the third option. It's the violet flame, clear your aura, create a 0-point energy field option, where you just hold out your hand almost as if you're like the Messiah or something, where you're not fighting, you're not begging, you just exist in 0-point energy to where it's neutrality, and to where the natives are going to be like, what do we do with this guy? What do we do with this girl? And they're going to invite you in. They're going to treat you like their own. And that comes to someone you have beef with. Translate that into a situation that you want to manifest. Don't be a fighter. Don't be a beggar. Don't be guilty. Don't think that you're unworthy of forgiveness. Don't think that someone is unworthy of forgiveness. Choose the middle way, and you will thank yourself for it. Hold on. Sorry, Scorpio, I just had to reset the camera. So now let's get into this reading. This is your overall general energy for the month. You have the 8 of Wands, the Page of Swords, and also the Empress card in your overall general energy. So there's something about waiting on communication. Is this person going to reach out to me? Should I reach out to them? Should they reach out to me? Should I forgive them? Am I going to forgive them? Blah, blah, blah. There's also something about really using your mind to create your reality, because that's your opportunity, is to use your mind to create your reality, to simply select the reality that you prefer. Instead of being a beggar, instead of being a fighter, just be in the middle way. And that's what the beginning to the middle of the month is about. Now, in the end of the month, your manifestation is coming through. You have the Empress here. For some of you, Scorpio, if you're having, some of you are taking a break from your partner. Some of you are going to be breaking down the resistance of your partner that you're actually in love with, that I'm getting from many of you, that you're currently in a break with. You're going to get your manifestation by the end of the month. Whether it's squashing beef, whether it's getting a pay raise, your manifestation is coming in by the end of the month, but it's up to you to really select the reality that you want. Sounds mundane, but it's deeper than you imagine. Now, here's the thing. In what you don't see coming, there's actually a new beginning with someone. And even with your own authenticity for some of you. In what you don't see coming, you have the King of Wands, the 9 of Wands, and the Fool. The first thing that I'm getting here is that thing about, I'm not saying that it's imaginary beef, But for many of you, this is either going to be about beef with someone or waiting on hearing from someone from your past. How does this person feel about me from my past? How do I really feel about them? But there's unfinished business with someone that you may perceive to be a very fiery person. For many of you, this is going to be a fire sign, man, woman, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or they're just quite extravagant. Now, for some of you, there's also someone that you misjudged, or you may be misjudging, and Spirit's asking you to look at it from a different way. I get that there's someone in your reality, Scorpio, that's simply living their best life, and it may trigger you a little bit. This is not for all of you, but for some of you Scorpios out there, it may be a bitter pill to swallow that you may want beef with someone who doesn't want beef with you at all. You may be convinced that you're creating an enemy out of someone who actually is just simply doing their own thing. I'm telling you. Now, for others of you, this is about someone from your past. I'm getting that you have unfinished business with, that someone's going to be very happy to at least wipe the slate clean, or someone's going to be very happy to have a new beginning with you for others of you. So there's either a new beginning with someone from your past that you didn't see coming, okay, and for some of you, you're actually, there's someone from your past here that is like triggering you, but you're actually meant to integrate what they're doing instead of making them your enemy. Now, here's why I say that, because in your advice, you have the 5 of Swords, the 7 of Cups, and also the Star here. And this is about healing some sort of delusion. You know, the 7 of Cups is about emotional, like making a very difficult emotional choice. But the 5 of Swords here is about destruction. So I feel like there's some sort of thing about you may be making someone out in your mind to be worse than they actually are. Someone may be making out you to be worse than you actually are. It could be a mirror thing here, but you have the healing, you have the Star, which is about wish fulfillment and healing here, Scorpio. So what I get from this reading very strongly is that Spirit's asking you to please heal some sort of delusional beef with someone in your head. Now, also, instead of allowing yourself to be triggered by someone and to make them your enemy because they trigger you unconsciously, Spirit's asking you to ask the question, well, why does this person trigger me? Why? Are they a bad person? Or are they are they reflecting something to me? Because I'm telling you, by the end of the month, you have abundance, a new beginning, and healing coming through. But in the beginning of the month, there's all this craziness going on. And you have infinite potential this month, but you want to look at your resistance. Why are you making a decision out of fear? I'm gonna push this little a-hole away from me because I don't like what they're doing. Do you not like what they're doing, or do you love what they're doing and you can't admit to it? Now, that's not for everyone, but some of you needed to hear that, not gonna lie. For others of you, though, I feel like you're convinced that someone really doesn't like you, but it's not the case. You're creating that version of them in your mind. Now, and for others of you, it's like there's just something really interesting going on here. And for some of you, what this whole month is about someone from your past, that for some of you, you haven't talked to them in a really long time, that the whole month is about moving through very difficult situations, very difficult memories. This can be someone that you betrayed, someone that betrayed you. Take it as it resonates, leave what doesn't. There's something about you healing a relationship with someone. This can be someone that you're currently having a break with in your relationship. This can be, for others of you, this is someone from your past that they don't want to hurt you. Do you want to hurt them? Or this is about their authenticity is calling you to be authentic. I'm telling you. Take it as it resonates, leave what doesn't. So let's clarify why the 7 of Wands is here in your challenge. The Queen of Pentacles. The Justice card, the 5 of Wands. This can be, making sure that you're not comparing yourself to other people when it comes to abundance, Scorpio, and understanding that everyone has their own timing in life. And sometimes, if you just think that like astrology isn't real, or there's something about competition and justice here when it comes to your challenge here. Okay, so for a lot of you, you want to make sure that you're not jealous of someone who has simply put in the work when you have chosen to do other things. For a lot of you here, there may be a harsh pill to swallow that if you choose to push someone away from you out of fear, they may become your enemy. If you choose to view them as not your enemy but your competition in a friendly way, then that's what they will become, and you can have a new beginning with them, and you can push each other to become your greatest version together. Doesn't mean you have to agree about everything. Doesn't mean that you just instantly forgive about everything. But I'm telling you, Scorpio, it's almost like your worst fears are going to become your reality if you're not really careful this month. I'm telling you. You also have the Hermit. So think deeply. Think really deeply before you make someone your enemy that maybe has no interest in making you their enemy. Think deeply before your ego gets you in trouble. And think deeply before you allow someone else's ego to pull you into trouble when you just need to focus on you. Like, even when it comes to like sports, like my dad was a great basketball player, and he always just like don't focus on the other guy. Focus on you. Allow them to focus on you. Focus on yourself. Don't focus on what they're doing, because as soon as someone starts to focus on their opponent more than they focus on themselves and their own strength, they usually lose. And I feel like there's a challenge here for you to not focus on your opponent, and some of you are actually, show me my opponent. Some of you are creating an opponent when they're not actually your opponent, but you're shifting into that reality. Now, if that's what you want, that's fine. But what I'm saying is that Spirit is saying that please, Scorpio, dissolve some sort of beef, whether it's delusional or whether it's real, whether it's founded on truth or not. That's what seems to be going on here. And I'm telling you, Scorpio, by the end of the month, there's going to be more new beginnings, healing, and abundance coming in for you, and it may really surprise you. So all I'm saying is that you have unlimited potentials this month. Make sure that you don't choose there is no wrong reality. Make sure that you don't choose a reality that you think is out of your pride, out of integrity, that is really out of fear. And sometimes choosing a reality out of love doesn't feel good to your ego, but it will ultimately help you win or learn. With that being said, I'll talk to you.